Salakia. Let me get the
Shalom, Akim. Shalom,
Shalom,
Ak.
Shalom.
Shalom, Ak. Shalom, Ak. Right. Yeah, I watch you.
Hold on, give me a second. You know I'm new to the trying to figure it out.
Right. Hey. Right.
But Khan, Shalom, Saint, Shalom, Brother Solomon.
Shalom, Brother Mike. Love your father, Milwaukee.
Khan, and we going into law making, Salakia, law keeping in the workplace, right? Because we know right now, Salakia, we know right now, this so-called season in Babylon is the so-called holiday season, right? We know spirits is running rampant. We know our jobs is trying to throw holiday parties and Christmas parties and potlucks, and they just doing everything that's going against what we believe, right? So we just put together a quick lesson just to show all law keepers, all commandment keepers, how to navigate and how to stay in the spirit during this tough time in the season, right? Salakia. So I'm gonna kick it off with Proverbs 4:7. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 4 and verse 7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Right? So, what we about to bring out is a whole lot of wisdom. Salakia. We about to bring out a whole lot of wisdom again on how to stay in the spirit and how to still be a commandment keeping Israelite while you around all this folly with all this madness going around. Right? So I'm gonna get the book of Colossians, chapter 4 and verse 6. Hey, Salaki, can you hear me, Mike? Mike, can you hear me? Mike. Con. But anyway, so I'm gonna get the book of Colossians. Bear with me, Israel, Salakia. Salakia. Having technical difficulties. Please bear with us.
Brother, can you hear me?
Con, can you hear me? Can you hear me out?
Khan. Salakia.
Okay, Con. Can you jump in a quick second while I get some water?
Khan. Right, real fast. I'm going to go to Daniel the
Salakia.
third. Right. Now, you went to Daniel 3 already? Right. Salakia. Daniel. Right. Let's go to Daniel 3. Right. Salakia. Daniel the third chapter. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start at right because a lot of us don't have a spirit that Daniel had. All right, let me tell you one thing that all Israelites did when they was in the world. Right, they called on their ancestors. Right, almost everybody in the world, even if because you know how some people don't be like, you know what I'm saying, oh, call upon their ancestors in the spiritual sense, right? If you were one of those people that said, right, shout out to the people that jumped off the slave ships because they thought that death was better than dishonor, you called upon your ancestors, right? So many of our people called upon their ancestors. If you believe in Christianity, you call upon your ancestors, right? But the ancestors that we never actually call upon, right, even once we have came into the truth, right, is the brothers in the Bible. Right? We never, what do they say? They conjure up the spirits, right? We never conjure up the spirit. Right? A spirit, first and foremost, let's take the magic off of it. A spirit is like a frame of mind. Can I share my screen?
Can you?
Yeah, I don't know if I can share my screen on here. So like let me see.
You should be able to.
Let me see. No, I can't share my screen.
Is it something I need to press on my end?
I will get up with Kazuwan, but I can't share my screen as of right now. But I'm gonna go to Daniel, the third chapter. Right, I'm gonna start at verse. My point is in 18, but I'm gonna see where I want to start. I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, Nebuchadnezzar, the king made an image of gold. Right, one thing I can remember about Daniel, Daniel was in the king's house. Right, Daniel wasn't just anybody. Daniel had pull. A lot of people on the job, right? They might be in positions that they're afraid to lose. Right, so many people are afraid of the truth seeping into their job because they understand or they know or they feel that if the truth seeps into their job, that they're going to lose it. Like Daniel was one of the number one men when it came to his job. Daniel was at the top. Daniel was at the top. He had rank, right? He called shots, right? Not only Daniel, but the brother Joseph. We're gonna go into him tonight, man. Right? They had rank when it came to their jobs. Like they weren't just employees, but they were people that had status. They were people that called shots. Right? Daniel chapter 3, I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, Nebuchadnezzar the king made an image of gold whose height was 60 cubits and the breadth of 6 cubits. He set it up in the plain of Dura in the province of Babylon. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king sent to gather together the princes, the governors, and the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces to come to the dedication of the image which Nebuchadnezzar the king has set up, right? Let me drop down, right, to verse number 6. It says, and whoso faileth not down to worship, so like whoso falleth not down to and worship, shall the same hour be cast in the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Right, so he was telling everybody, listen, if you don't worship the God that we worship, we're gonna put you to death. That's what they do. All your jobs, right? They have Thanksgiving parties. They have Christmas parties. Your job, they might go out after a hard day of work. Whatever it is, right? So many of our jobs try to get us to worship false idols. They try to get you to do things that you shouldn't do, like working on the Shabbat. Right? We understand that our jobs forcing us to work on the Shabbat is of course on them. But so many of these organizations, these Israelite organizations, they offer a letter for you to be able to get off on the Shabbat. Now, how many people, ask yourselves if you're at home, have actually not only reached out to get those letters, but have turned them in? How many people on your job know that you believe in the Bible? How many people at your job know that you're a black Hebrew Israelite? Right? How many people at your job, right, know what you believe in? So many people are zealous when it comes to being in the comments when they see it live or they see a show not a show, they see a camp or a video that a camp has done, or they see them going out to camp, they might see a heathen getting cut. But when it comes to your job, you're not the same person as you are at work as you are when you're at home. Right? Verse 6, it says, and whoso falleth not down to worship shall in that same hour be cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, at that time when all the people heard the sound of the cornet, right, the flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, all kinds of music, right, all the people, the nations, and the languages fell down and worshiped the golden image, right, which Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. So when it comes down to the Christmas parties, you never really tell them why you don't want to go to the Christmas party. They don't know why you didn't eat the free food at the Thanksgiving lunch or the free food that they gave you for the Thanksgiving dinner. You just told them that you wasn't hungry or that you ate earlier. You don't tell them that you don't celebrate Thanksgiving. That Thanksgiving celebrates the death of your people. You don't tell them that. You avoid that, right? But of course, we conjure up the spirits of our ancestors, so to speak. Right? I'm gonna drop down right to verse 15. It says, "Now, if ye be ready," I'm gonna start at verse 14. So I'm gonna start at verse 13. Right now, I'm gonna start at verse 12. It says, "There are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the provinces of Babylon." Right? It says that these men were over the provinces of Babylon. Right? That's for you managers out there, like you supervisors, right? You team leads, right? It says that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, these men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden images which thou hast set up. Right? A lot of people at your job believe that you're down with abortion, or they don't know that you're against homosexuality. They think that you're for lesbians because you participate in these conversations. You don't shut these conversations down. They don't know that you don't like white women or white men, that you're not for interracial marriages, right? It says, I'm going to drop down. I'm going to drop down to verse, no, I'm going to keep reading. Verse 14 says, Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Right? Because what happens when your manager or when somebody asks you, oh, is this really the way that you're getting done? Is this what you into? Oh, you read the Bible? You tell them you read in your spare time, or you might tell them, oh, on Saturdays I go to church. But yeah, I believe, the Sabbath day is the seventh day. Right? I go to church on the seventh day. Right? But you don't tell them what the hell you really doing, what you really down with, man. Right? A lot of people got that incognito spirit, the incognito spirit. Guess you gotta hide it. Right? When did Yahweh Shah hide how he was getting down? Right? When did Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego hide how they was getting down? Right? All of the mighty leaders that you look up to in Israel, when did they hide how they was getting down, man? Right? They not. They out there with it, man. Right? Little do they know, right? Some of these brothers that's up there, they getting either fired from their job, they getting questioned from their job because they standing boldly for the name of the Lord. Right? So many of our people don't understand that, and so many of our people aren't willing to sell all that they have, right, to build up the kingdom of the Lord, to follow after Yahweh Shah. Right? I'm gonna drop down to verse 15. Right? It says, now if ye be ready, that at that time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music. Right? This is the damn Mariah Carey, right? What's that damn song that she sing every Thanksgiving? I mean every Christmas. What's that damn song? I brothers know what I'm talking about. Right? Damn, how I go, man? Right? Shit, y'all know the Salaki. Y'all know the damn what's the brother name? Chris Brown song. Y'all know the Chris Brown song, the song that he sings damn every Christmas. The brothers, this Christmas,
this Christmas.
Mariah Carey joint. She got the whole album, man. Right, this is the Christmas party. Right, they inviting the brother Daniel to the Christmas party. Now, how many of y'all tell him you're not down with the Christmas party? How many of y'all tell them y'all not down? You know what they say? They were like, yeah, this Thanksgiving food is just Christmas. I don't really believe in Thanksgiving, so I don't go eat it. Right? It's food sacrificed unto idols. Right? Thanksgiving ain't really real. You rebuking your moms though, right? Your sister, your brother, right? You kicking your child in the chest, right? Because you heard them humming chestnuts roasting over the open fire.
Hmm.
Right? But when it comes down to work, right, you're not standing boldly for the name of the Lord. Right? That's our people. Right? Our people are down with standing boldly, right, when it comes to anything that they want. Right? When it comes down to what the most high, because you don't want what the Lord wants, man. Right? You don't really want what the Lord wants. You want what you want. You're selfish. Right? It says and dulcimer and all kinds of music, right? When you hear the damn Chris Brown, man, I used to work at Walmart overnight, right? And they'll start playing the damn Christmas carols right 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. Right? They'll really start playing the Christmas songs after Halloween. Right? You ain't got no Thanksgiving movies. Or you might have one. You might have Charlie Brown in this Thanksgiving. Right? His teacher kind of like womp, right? But you ain't really got too much Thanksgiving stuff, man. Right after Halloween, they jumping straight into Christmas. Right? And what do you be doing when you're at Walmart? They be blowing they damn lungs out in aisle 3. Right, kind of stacking the Goya. Right? I used to be in the Goya aisle, man. Right, stacking the Goya pallets. Goya has the big ass rice stand. Right, it's a whole little brand that they got, a whole little section. Right, stacking the Goya kind of this Christmas. Right, they lucky I can't think of the Mariah Carey joint. Right, it says as soon as this come on, right, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast that same hour into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. And who is that God and who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands? Right? That's you. When they question you about they kind of come up to you. That's something they did at our job, man. Like they was like, what's your pronouns? Right? And you be like, oh, I'm he, him, right? He slash, and you don't put it. You put your white people writing on when that kind of come out, right? You write proper as hell, right? That's the first time brother ever really write in pen. He, right? Slash, him, the H being caps, right? You know what I tell them, right? I like my pronouns is king and lord. See that? Right? She'd be like she, her, she's with the apostrophe, even though damn well she don't use the apostrophe. But she write the apostrophe that day, right? See that? They don't even damn draw the slash in the right direction. They kind of draw it backwards. Right? But Eve put that thing on her, man. Right? When anytime they question you about you not being down with something that they down with, right, what are we doing? Right, what do we do? Right? You fold. Right? You fold on the Lord. Right? You fold for the white man. You fold for Hashatan. You fold for your adversary. That's because you got more respect for the so-called white man than you do for the Most High. Right? It says Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said unto the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. Right, man, listen. He said, man, listen. When it comes down to what I believe, because let me tell you something about the so-called Jewish man. The so-called Jewish man will stand on anybody that will not allow him to believe what he believes in. Right? Have y'all ever had a conversation with a homosexual, with a transgender? They will stand on anybody who is not down with what they believe in. You ever talk to one of these Slaki, you can't these less than honorable women about abortions, right? They're willing to box you over that, man. Right? But let them ask you, why do you not celebrate Christmas? Is it a religious thing? Oh no, we never really did that when we was younger. That's you. That's Jake. That's Eve. You kind of be avoiding that jump, man. Right, Jake? I watch you because I work with you. Right? We got a brother at the plantation. Brother don't ever have his fringes on. He seen me with my fringes on. He's like, hey, where you get that from? I told him where I get my fringes from. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, it's a brother Ariah. Brother Ariah selling, man. Matter of fact, I cash up you the money. I was like, oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Right? He was like, yeah, them some nice fringes one day, man. Where you get them from? Right? I was like, oh, hey, what size you wear? Brother said an extra large. Right? I had an extra shirt for him in the trunk, man. An extra shirt for the brother. I guess how many times I saw him in the fringes? Goose said, I ain't never seen the brother in the fringes.
Never.
I ain't never seen the brother in the fringes. Right? Every time you see him, right, the brother Gio Galio Mai, right, laughing it up with the other nation. Right? You know what the type of Jake that I can't stand? Right? The type of Jake that don't even nod when they see another Israelite in the building. Right? And when I say Israelite, I'm not just talking about somebody in the truth. Right? Anytime I see another, what they call them, people of color, right? Anytime I see them, I kind of give them that, what to do. Right? You know, when you be around Esau, you kind of have your white voice, right? It go up 2 octaves. And when you see Jake, what to do? What's good, fool? Right? That's Jake. They don't even acknowledge you, right? They put so much effort into keeping their damn neck straight. They just kind of get to walking.
Man.
If you look at you, right? And you can kind of see them look at the corner of their eye, right, when they damn one step past you. I don't even want to acknowledge you, right? He said that he said, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. Right? When it comes down to what you believe in, you got to stand on it, man. Right? Because let me tell you something about the so-called white man. Let me tell you something about the so-called Asian man. Something about the Ammonite. Let me tell you something about the Ishmaelite. Let me tell you something about every nation under the sun. Nobody respects a slave, but everybody respects a free man. Right? It says, if it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thy hand, O king. He wasn't sweating it. He wasn't worried. Right? You're going to put me to death? And the Lord going to get me up out of here, man. Right? A lot of people don't even mention the Lord. They don't even say the Lord. They say Father God. Right? When they sitting down with whoever. When they talking to their moms, like, oh, Father God. Right? God going to get me out of this jam. They'll never say the Most High, though. Like, they'll never say the Lord. Right? Everybody look calling upon the name. They don't calling that tongue. Right? They be in outside the office sweating while they in there kind of having that conversation. Right? You see them through the blinds, talking it up. Ain't nobody smiling. Right? You know Esau finna get on you with their freckles. Right? And the scrunchie. They don't even use a scrunchie. They just use a rubber band, man. Like pulling the hell out of their hairs, right? Pulling them straight out. Right? But you know Esau finna get on you. Right? And it says, where I'm at. Verse 18, it says, but if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Right? They was willing to lose everything. They said, hey, listen, whether the Lord is with me or not, I'll refuse to worship that golden image that you set up. I refuse to go. That's what they call it, the Christmas gala. I couldn't think of the name. I kind of call it the Christmas gala, right? They had a little Thanksgiving cupcakes with a little turkey ring. Then you pull the ring off. You got to lick the hell out of the icing all over it, right? Then they can only really fit on your pinky finger. Right? That's the little Thanksgiving ring that they be having. Right? But Jake partake. See that? Right? He said, verse 18, but if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. That's how you got to be, right? Now, I'm not saying you got to go to work, right? You got to boot kick your boss in the chest, or you kind of got to clothesline your manager. Right, that's what is a little move on wrestling used to do called the clothesline from hell. They be like they call it the clothesline from the third heaven in the truth, man. And you ain't gotta go to work and do that, man. Right? But you
But
don't gotta
they
be weak.
still learning.
See that? You ain't gotta be weak about what you believe in. Right? Brothers got it.
Con. That's right up. So in the workplace, we gotta stand bold as a lion, right? There's no way you should be going to the workplace compromising your beliefs just to please your oppressors, to please your bosses, to please your coworkers, to get a raise. Like, we ain't doing that. We standing boldly, right? But at the same time, we also got to use wisdom. So, like the brother said, you can't just go to the workplace and think you finna just damn, rebuke everything you see. You hear a conversation about Thanksgiving or Mother's Day, and you just hop in the, you a mile away in the station, and you just go all the way across the station, and you just hop in a conversation and just get to pulling precepts. There's no need for that, right? There's no need to be over righteous in the workplace. And yes, we got the zeal, especially when you knew in the truth, because I was the same way, right? Like in the beginning when I first came in the truth, in my job at FedEx, every morning I'm having the same conversation over and over and over with the same two security guards. Just cooned out Jakes. And every morning I'm entertaining them. I'm wasting an hour out of my day, knowing they just scoffing, but that zeal when it be going, it be going. So I'm just entertaining them, right? But whole time, maybe you could say a seed was sold, but in a sense, it's like I'm wasting my time because they still opening the door up when the white man come. Yes sir, yes sir, yes ma'am. Just cooned out Jake, right? But let me grab a precept. I'm gonna get Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 1 real quick, right? Just to let me back off of what I was saying, because it's a time and place for everything. In the workplace, it ain't time to hold a damn camp. It ain't time to, really, it ain't time to do a flyer run. It ain't time to review. It ain't time to, you know, be dropping the YouTube channel to your congregation to your boss. Like, it ain't time for none of that. Right? So I'm gonna get the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3 and verse 1. To everything there's a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Right? So when you at work, it's not time, like I just said, it's not time to hold camp. It's not time to be rebuking. It's not time to be pulling Isaiah trying to get a damn boot kiss by your boss, so-called boss. It ain't time for that. When you go to work, just go in, do your 8 to 10 hours, whatever the case. Crack a fake smile every now and then. Just get your chili, get your bread, and just keep it moving. Right? We ain't there. We ain't at the work. At the workplace is not the time to be the mightiest brother in the truth. If you can wear your fringes, all praises to them. If you're Salah, you should always wear your fringes. Let me clean that up. But if your fringes could show, all praises to the Most High. But I also know it's some jobs that your fringes can't show. So if you just gotta tuck your fringes in, it is what it is. It's no sense in, pulling out the law and just going to your supervisor and showing them like, it's a commandment. My friends just gotta hang to my knees. Like, you ain't gotta do that. Just tuck your fringes in for your shift. When your shift over, just pull them up. It's that simple. Um, so I want to get the book of Matthew real quick, chapter 10 and verse 16. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Right? Salaki. So us as commandment keepers, we're the sheep, right? And when we go out into the world, when we go to our workplace, anywhere in the world in Babylon, we amongst the wolves. So in our workplace, it's rare that you find a brother or sister that's keeping commandments. Most 9 times, 8 times out of 10, it's not gonna happen. Yes, our people waking up, but you know, we still just Jake and Eve in the world for the most part. So we are those sheep amongst the wolves, right? So I'm gonna keep going. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. I'm gonna go back to that. Be ye therefore wise as serpents. So, like I was just going into, when you in the workplace, you should not be, you know, you shouldn't be rebuking goddamn Moab. You shouldn't be rebuking Ham. You shouldn't be trying to get the boot kiss. You shouldn't be like if you work in, let's say, Burlington, you shouldn't be trying to go to the damn front counter and just get the mega speaker and just get the just get the having account. You shouldn't just get the going into Deuteronomy 28 and 68 over the loudspeaker at work, right? Because if you do that, that's a chance. It's a big chance you could lose your job. That's not being wise, right? I'm gonna read that again. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves, right? So again, we don't have to every time we see a Edomite, just feel the need to go to the book of Joel, to go to the book of Obadiah, to the book of the Maccabees, show them how we were slaying them. Like it's in the workplace, it's just not time for that. And I know that zeal be going. I understand. Cause then again, like at one point I was the most zealous brother in the workplace. I'm trying to rebuke everything. I'm being an asshole to Esau. Can't even open my mouth to Esau. You know, but at the end of the day, that just led to contention. Cause I peeped how those certain heathen would look at me, and I peeped those certain side conversations that they would have um as I'm walking in the room, right? And ultimately, that I kind of put myself in a trick bag as far as the job I was at the time, and it kind of got me blackballed. So we can't be moving like that. We know we the kings, the gods of the earth, all that. I get it, but in the workplace, it's just not the time for that, right? So I'm gonna get Ecclesiastes 7 in verse 6 real Salakia 7 and 16 real quick, and then I'm gonna pass it to you, Sean, if you got some. All right, it's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, in verse 16. Be not over righteous much, neither make thyself over wise. Right? So again, all these precepts that I'm gonna be jumping into, they basically, just it's repetitive. It's all wisdom, right? You can't be in the workplace over righteous. Every Jake and Eve that you see, you can't just damn, hey brother, you Israelite, or hey sister, You know you're Israelite. Let me show you how. Like, don't get me wrong. If you got the time to do that after work or before work, or if y'all got a rapport like that, all praises to the Most High. But let's say you got a coon ass Jacob, coon ass Eve, you breaking down the curses, you know what I mean? Or you going to Obadiah, and Jake, his best friend is an Edomite. And he just so happened to be the supervisor. That's his best friend. So what Jake gonna do, he gonna go to his best friend, the supervisor, and he gonna tell him exactly what you told him. And that could potentially lead to you losing a lot of things. That could lead to you not being able to take care of your family, not being able to eat, right? So it's no need to be over righteous. You can't just go around rebuking everything in sight. Regardless of how I feel, I get it, but we just can't move like that. And I ain't gonna be too long winded or nothing. Sean, you got something? You wanna hop in there? If not, I can keep going.
He ain't here, but I can touch on that precept you just brought out.
Okay, come.
Right? It was in Matthew 10 and the 16th verse. Right now, when it comes down right to being bold as a lion, right? Being bold as a lion is not folding on your morals. Right? It's not being soft or not being weak about where you stand at something. Right? But at the same time, right, Yahweh Shah, right, we understand that he's a lion of the tribe of Judah. Right? But he can, like how the brother said in Matthew 10 and verse 16, it says, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves." Right? One thing that we do is that we forget where we at. Right? Sometimes you get so comfortable with your coworkers, you forget who they are. Right? The Lord says that they're wolves. You're a sheep in the midst of wolves, man. I mean, in that there's a spirit that is on you that's kind. There's a spirit that's on you that cares, that wants peace, that desires prosperity, that desires pleasantry. But what environment are you in? You're in the midst of wolves, right? And everybody knows and understands that the Lord requires a sheep without blemish. But what are these wolves going to want to do? These wolves are going to scar you up. They're going to want you to become with blemish. That's your point to avoid these wolves, right? Reading on, it says, "Be therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves." This is one of the toughest scriptures in the Bible, and a lot of people don't know why, right? Because it says, "Be therefore wise as serpents," right? What makes a serpent wise? Brothers ever had a pet snake before? Right?
La.
Right. I don't know if the brother, let me pull up a video. Right? Let me pull up a video. Right, Solomon, if you can, right, pull up a video of putting your hand in a snake's cage.
Putting your hand in a snake cage?
Yeah. Right. Can you share your screen?
Am I just going to exiting this and just going to YouTube and pulling it up, or?
Nah. Well, you're not using a computer?
No, I'm on my phone.
Let me see if I can find it.
Salaki, I think Sean got something.
Shalom, can y'all see me?
Come.
Hey, I'm trying to play this video. Hold on.
Right. You ever see when them weirdos be catching a wild snake?
Come.
All right. I'm gonna try to pull up the video real fast.
Sean got something too.
Nah, that's not the video. That's not what I'm looking for. I gotta go to catching a wild snake, a video of them trying to catch a wild snake. Right? Let me see. See that? Look at that. Look at that. Now, what is this man doing? Now, what is this devil doing? You see, everywhere he moves, what is the snake doing? The snake got an eye on him, right? Regardless of what he does. Because you know what a snake never does? That's why it says be wise as a snake. Because a wise snake never forgets who his enemy is, regardless of how many times he feeds you, or regardless of how many times he pets you, regardless of how many times he treats you nice, man, because that's what your enemy gonna want to do. They're gonna want to grab you up and they're gonna want to destroy you. The Lord says to be ye as wise as a serpent, meaning that you always want to keep your eye on your enemy. Some of y'all get docile, man. Right? Some people get soft, they get weak, and they forget that they have to always be ready to defend themselves. Right, Jake? You gotta always be ready. You gotta always keep your eye right on the damn snake charmer, because that's their job. Esau done showed you for the last 400 years that he's a snake charmer. Right? Esau done showed you for the last 400 years. 500 for you Hispanics, man. For the Ricans, right? For the Puerto Ricans. And showed y'all that y'all can't trust them. Never allow Esau to get on your backside. You never want to trust your enemy. Right, I'm gonna get that precept real quick. I ain't got my apocrypha on me. Let me get it real fast.
Nah, Salaki, I got you. That was actually one of my precepts I wanted to get to.
Yeah, that's the Lord. Be wise as a serpent, right? You got that?
This the book of Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy.
What did the Lord say?
Never trust thine enemy.
Like we at camp. Right? The Lord said to never trust your enemy. Why so? Right, read on.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
It says just like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Right? Because watch how long, right? Jake always expected it to kind of pop off when they want it to pop off. Right? And when they don't attack you after so long, right, you get comfortable. Make them your friend. Right? You start to become less wise than a serpent. But what is Esau gonna always do? What is your enemy gonna always do? It says, just like iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Meaning that it's gonna show what his plot is. It's gonna show what his plan is. You can never trust him. Right? Now, I'm not saying that you just gotta be all, that you gotta hop on that. Right? Because the Lord said to be wise as a serpent, right? And harmless as a dove. Meaning what? Doves don't go out. Doves are, right? Can a brother Google real fast? I'm gonna Google it, man. I'm just like to scroll my screen, right? What do doves symbolize? Right? Let's look it up.
I think is grace. Like grace as in like finesse, beauty.
Right.
If you get what I'm saying.
It says doves, typically domestic pigeons, white in plumage, are used in many settings and symbols of peace, freedom, or love. Right? Now the key word here is peace. That's why Paul said, if it be at all possible, be peaceable with all men. Right? Even though you don't trust them, we're not going around trying to start nothing. We're not trying to go around and be the problem. But always understand who your enemy is. Right? It says, right? Where was I at? Verse 17, it says, but beware of men, for they will deliver you up to councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. Right? That's what they do. Right? So you got to be as wise as a serpent. Right? You can never trust your enemy. Right? Always got to keep an eye on them. Never get too comfortable with your enemy. But at the same time, don't go out looking for trouble. Right?
Salakia.
Brothers got
it. I was just gonna add a quick precept in, and that's a good point, man. Cause a lot of times, like the brother said, we kind of let our guard down, cause everything be going good. Esau, he give you advance, he'll help you, he'll put a down payment on your whip, And now you just outside of work, now you vouching for him. Now you telling your people how you just got the best boss in the world. Oh, he ain't like the other ones. He different. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, your enemy is still your enemy. Esau gonna still be Esau. Ham gonna be Ham. Moab gonna be Moab. Elam gonna be Elam. Stanky ass. They're going to be who they are is always gonna manifest at some point, right? I heard I was listening to Elder and HOY, a brother in HOY talk on Clubhouse today, and he actually from the land of Africa, right? He's from the land, but he's an Israelite, of course. So the brother was like, he said the one thing about Ham, they'll play cool with you when it comes to money, but at some point, like they true colors are always gonna show, right? They gonna get the clicking at you in their little tongue and all that shit, right? Like that's what they do. So, these heathens, they true colors are always gonna show. Um, right. So I wanted to get real quick, and I'm gonna let Sean up after I read this precept. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, and verse 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? For thou, Salaki, therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways. Right? So, as a commandment keeper, what you should never do is basically you should never belittle yourself, right? Just to seek the heathen's validation. We can't do that, right? You should never compromise your beliefs, your values, your morals for nobody, for sure. But especially never a heathen, right? So just because they looking out and everything is at peace, that don't mean you got a damn. You shouldn't be going to their birthdays. You shouldn't be going to functions at their house. You might end up and get out once you do that, and that's from trusting your enemies. So, Lockie, I'm gonna let Sean up real quick.
Con, I got a preset.
Can brothers hear me?
You got it.
Con. But like brothers going into, and we know how Esau is, and we know we got to navigate the workplace. Like brothers brought out, you got to be wise. You got to kind of strategize this thing. And even myself, damn Monday, Esau showed up with 3 big turkeys for me. Basically, like, man, cook them turkeys up Thanksgiving, Sean. No, I could have got on him, kind of hit him with the turkey. Said, man, get out of here, Esau. But no, you got to be wise. So I got a precept for you. This is the book of the Psalms 58 and verse 3. It says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. So, hey, since the damn birth of Esau, hey, he been wicked, man. And he says he's been estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So, hey, like we're going into today, as far as the workplace goes, a majority of our bosses, our supervisors, our damn coworkers, for the most part, they damn Edomites. So, hey, when they come to you with that turkey, or when they come to you damn next month with the Christmas tree, they kind of got a stocking on the wall with your name on it. And you can't fall into them traps. You got to remember, hey, they're born wicked, speaking lies. I'm going to get another precept. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 6, and verse 24. It says, no man can serve 2 masters. So, hey, who is that talking to? That's talking to the Israelites. They're saying, no man, Israelites, you can't serve 2 masters. And you can't, on one hand, when damn Monday hit, first shift, you in there around the Christmas tree, drinking damn, hey, what's the drink they be drinking? Damn eggnog. Damn, around the Christmas tree, drinking eggnog, out there partying it up. Damn, hold on real quick. I got a little video. Brothers can see. I ain't gonna play the volume. I don't want get the video flagged or something. But hey, this the spirit Jake be in. Tell me if y'all can see.
Cuh.
That damn Chris Brown song. Jake damn geeked up around Christmas dancing. Hey, geeked up, man. And it's the spirit that our people be in. Hey, what it say though? We can't serve two damn gods. I'm gonna keep reading on it. It says, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate one and love the other, or Salakia, and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. So, hey, Jake, you can't play the damn thin line. Kind of trying to balance both, trying to show out in front of your coworkers and look normal. But hey, on Saturday you come to camp, got the loudest shalom brother ever heard.
Mhm.
Hey, I'm gonna keep going. It says, "You cannot serve God or mammon. Therefore, I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink." So, hey, I know we make a living with our jobs. But, hey, like it says in the first verse in 24, hey, no man can serve two masters. So, hey, don't be over righteous. I mean, you might have to kind of knock Esau out because you're trying to put the stocking up with your name on it. You might have to let it slide. But ultimately, don't be drinking the damn eggnog, dancing the Chris Brown song.
That's
What's
right.
going on? But if a brother got something, you can hop in there.
Con, that was mighty. Um,
Lucky, I got
uh,
for a sec.
go ahead.
That's lucky.
Nah, I was saying, go ahead. You got it. Oh, con. But yeah, man, you know, you right on point, Out. You feel what I'm saying? Like the heathens gonna be the heathens, man. You know, Esau, he cunning, he conniving, he got away with words. So the one thing about Esau is he knows how to make you feel like he loves you, right? He may do something for you. He may go out his way to, do this for you, or just for example, cash app you this, or he got ways of doing things to make you feel loved. But at the end of the day, you have to keep in the back of your mind that this still your enemy. So not even to get carnal, but in the world, we was good at using our own people. So that's just how I look at it. Like, every chance I get, I'm going to finesse Esau. I'm going to use him. I'm going to break him for everything he got. If you want to do me a favor, all praises to the Most High. You know what I mean? But don't expect, like, that's just what it is. I know we ain't buddies. We may shake a hand or two, give you a little dap every now and then, but even give you a fake smile. Hell, I done perfected the fake smile. You know, I'm starting to think something wrong with me because my fake smile getting too good because I do it so much. You know what I mean? But yeah. So, but at the end of the day, if Esau coming in that spirit of seeming to love you, at the end of the day, that's the Most High, right? Because we know that the Most High will bring our enemies. We can serve the Most High so good, even our enemies will be at peace with us, right? And that's a precept. That's Salakia Proverbs. What is that? That's a precept. Khan, that's a spirit. Book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 7. When a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. Right? So if you stand diligent in this truth, if you standing boldly for the Lord, right? If you a mighty man for the Most High, you keeping these commandments, the Most High will make even your enemies be at peace with you. Right? Because today at work, for example, um, my supervisor, he did a favor for me. He cashed out me some. And today I was about to send it back to him. But maybe he in the so-called Christmas spirit or whatever the case. But he was like, man, don't even worry about it. He said, that's on me. So, I didn't even second guess it. I just took that as okay. Shit, that's the Most High. He making my enemies have peace with me. Cause I know what's up at the end of the day. I know the little side looks, and I know I'm not a fool. I know what's going on. But the Most High, he'll use your enemies. You know what I mean? He'll use our enemies to send you a blessing every now and then, and he can even have them at peace with you, right? Um. So another thing, real quick, that I want to jump into is not. I don't want to say not being focused on our people, but not being overly focused on our people in the workplace, right? So every time that you in the break room, you kind of just eating lunch, your work buddy there with you, it's a Jake, a Eve, whatever, y'all crack jokes, kind of kick the shit a little bit. Like, please understand that, that's not the time. That's not even the time to really be trying to break down the curses, right? Because again, we in the workplace. So, your spirit may be want to break down curses, break down the Bible, but they want to talk about the Beyonce concert or the Drake concert, right? We know Jake and Eve in the world. They have meaningless conversations all the time. I hate them. I hate small talk. So, that's something that, I can't lie. It bothered me. Like, I don't really be want to have small talk. But every now and then, I'll shoot a little comment in. But at the same time, I know we ain't the same. I know our spirit not the same. I know we not equally yoked. So at the end of the day, this is just a work conversation. This is a work salaki. This is a work relationship. I understand that balance, right? And I want to get a precept on that. Why we shouldn't have an unequal balance. Because for one, we know it's an abomination. But we don't want to be unequally yoked, right? So this is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 6 and verse 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers, right? So these people are people in the workplace that's not keeping commandments. They unbelievers, right? They say all the time, "Oh, I love God. I can't wait to go to church Sunday. Uh, I just love the Lord so much." Da, 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 da. All that speaking, act like they speaking in tongues and everything, right? But we know they don't truly serve the Most High because they don't keep commandments. So at the end of the day, these are unbelievers. They don't believe in these scriptures. They don't follow these scriptures. They don't follow the God of the Bible. They be following the God of Christianity and Allah, and we know how our people is, right? So I'm gonna get that again. It's the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 6 and verse 14. Salakia, chapter 6 and verse 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers, right? So every now and then, it's cool at work to, have you can still have conversations with your coworkers, but at the same time, it kind of got to be a limit on that. You know what I mean? When it come to Jake and Eve, because Jake might be having a conversation with you, he might put a spirit on. He might be talking about his rap or trying to blow up in a rap game. And hey, now you don't care about going to camp because you trying to go to the studio on Saturday. You trying to go to the studio with bro. Right? So we can't be unequally yoked in this thing. You gotta understand that work relationship is a work relationship. Now, Lord willing, if you did get a brother or two that's sincere and they sincere about the truth and they want to know what's going on, when it's time for that at the end of the day, or whenever y'all got time, if y'all had a relationship, rock out. It's cool. Y'all chop it up. Y'all chop it up. Y'all chop it up about the scriptures. But please understand that all Israel ain't Israel. I can't think of that precept right now, Salaki. But all Israel ain't Israel. So just because they're an Israelite, that does not mean that that's not a wolf in sheep clothing. Because just like we brought out, we know we're around wolves, right? So you might got a coon Jake. They might be one of them teacher pet ass coons. They want to go to HR and oh, he's teaching hate. Oh, he's a racist, and you just trying to love on your brother and teach him something in the Bible, but he trying to suck up the Esau, right? So we got to be wise. Sean, if you got something, go ahead. Up.
Con. Yeah, like the brother saying, you gotta watch your mouth. Gotta watch who you talking to. Just because Jake is Jake, yeah, that don't mean Jake fully understand like to have righteous conversation and communication. So hey, if I'm talking to a brother at work about damn sleeping with a bunch of Eves, being a player, yeah, damn near might get that spirit on. I'm not rebuking that.
Right.
You might just want to play it off because you're at work. I'm gonna say, man, Jake, you keep going off, brother. You don't got to get too deep with the brother. You never know nowadays. And Jake might go to HR, like you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of got a precept book of Proverbs 24, like your 4 and 24. Hey, can you read it for me? I'm in
Con,
the
I got
hallway. I ain't got my Bible.
con. Proverbs what?
4 and 24.
Con. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 4 and verse 24. Put away from thee a forward mouth, and perverse lips put far from thee.
Like it said, put away from thee a forward mouth. And if you can, real quick, if you could pull up the definition of forward,
Con,
forward.
con. Uh, I hope it don't close once I leave this tab. Can you hear me out?
I hear you.
Okay, Salakia. I don't think I can leave. I can't pull up another tab because it's gonna stop the sound on StreamYard. So it's not allowing me to look up the definition. Can you hear me? Damn, what the hell happened? But I'm not sure what happened to the brother. Um, but yeah, in conclusion, if you're an Israelite, if you're a law keeper in the workplace, it's still ways we have to conduct ourselves a certain way. We govern ourselves by different laws, different codes that the rest of the world don't conduct themselves by, right? So just because we not at camp, just because we not with our congregation, that don't mean we shouldn't still be diligently keeping these laws, right? But we got to play our role as well. You feel what I'm saying? So, just in conclusion, when we at work, it's no need to be, that's not the time to be over righteous. That's not the time to be, rebuking just Jake that you see he don't have fringes on or he keeping Christmas. Yeah, you can put a bug in his ear, if you trust him. Like I say, y'all got that rapport. But just because you see an Israelite that don't know he an Israelite, don't mean it's time to have camp. It's not time for that. Or just because you see Esau, you the salt of the earth. You the God and queen of this earth. But Esau think he running shit. That don't mean it's time to put Esau in his place. Not at the workplace. It's not time for that. Because if you do that, you could potentially lose your job. right? So, basically when you in the workplace, you gotta move with finesse, right? You gotta move as a dove. You gotta move with grace. You can't just be a roaring lion in the workplace, right? We can't do that. If you want your job, you can't do that. If you care about your family, you can't do that, right? So, in closing, I want to get one more precept, and I'm gonna wrap it up. Because if you follow these small tips, if you follow the words of the Lord, you can never lose. You can never go wrong, right? The Most High ways are perfect. So this is the book of Psalms, chapter 18 and verse 30. As for Yahweh, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is tried. He is a buckler to all those that trust in him. So his way is perfect. So if you following these laws, if you following these rules, these guidelines, you cannot lose. If you love the Most High, truly love the Most High, and follow him, you can't lose. Right? So I want to get one more precept just to close it out. First John, the classic, one of my favorites. It's a classic. We get this quick classic. You on up?
Con.
Con, I'm gonna get this precept real quick, then I'm gonna let you do your thing or close it out or however you want to do. But this is my last precept, so it's up to you how you want to do it from here. Um, Damn, I just lost my place. Salakia. Damn. Okay, Con. So this is the book of First John, chapter 5 and verse 3. For this is the love of God that we keep his commandments. Right? So again, you in the workplace, if you keeping these laws, knowing his ways are perfect, you can't go wrong. Right? You're gonna be good. Long as you keeping to this law and doing what we supposed to be doing as commandment keepers, that's all the most high asks of us to keep the law. Right. So don't get caught up in the Christmas spirit, the holiday spirit. Don't get caught up in none of that. Just keep doing what we do, keep these laws, even in the workplace, and continue to fight for this kingdom. So if you got some Ak, you got it.
Con. Hey, like the brother said, man, got to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Hey, we got to be aware times we living in, holiday season. Hey, brothers don't get tricked out here. I got a precept. It's the book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 2. It says, set your affection on things above. Hey, we got to set our affection. Everybody know what affection is. Passion, your love, you got to set it on things above, not on the things on the earth. Hey, Christmas presents, damn eggnog, Thanksgiving plates, Christmas trees. Hey, we can't set our affection on those earthly things. Hey, we all know we in the last days. You know the time, man. So, hey, what we got to do, we got to set our affection on the things above, like the scripture saying. One more precept, book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 3. It said, commit thy works unto the Lord. So, hey, commit your works unto the Lord. Okay, these laws, statutes, and commandments. Hey, do your best to keep them. They don't focus so much on pleasing damn Esau at the job. Hey, Jake be wanting to be on the damn wall, smiling in a picture frame as employee of the damn year, employee of the month. Hey, it says, commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established. Hey, with that, me and the brother, we go close out. Giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Shalom.
Khan, Salakia, Khan, Brother Solomon. Brother Sean, WFI Milwaukee. Shalom.